guys. So, shall we start by introducing ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to start, Ganga?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm Ganga Prabhakar. I'm the co-founder of Coffee Mechanics. Where am I supposed to be looking? Sorry.
Just to us.
Okay. So I run Coffee Mechanics, and so we're into roasting and we're into coffee experience at our cafes. So that's what we do.
And Ganga and Pawan have great food at their new place, experiential place. Coffee.
Yes. You all must visit and have an experience of it yourself. Cool. Yeah. So that's what we do, and so we also showcase many other growers, producers, and we have different coffees from different plantations. So we have coffees from Chikmagalur, which is our own plantations, and as well as other plantations as well. And we have coffees from Koraput region, which is a very non-traditional growth region, and we thought it's a very interesting mix to have, and it's interesting for the taster's palate. So we're just trying to curate different mix along our offerings as single estate coffees, so that it gives a perspective to people on what single origins really mean and how we as roasters could really use our techniques to bring about what a single origin coffees could taste and how to bring about their uniqueness. So that's what we essentially do. We have coffees from other plantations in Chikmagalur as well. So yeah.
Nice, thank you. I'm Tapaswini. Except for my sister knowing me and but I'm Tapaswini from from Harley Estate. From Harley Estate, fifth generation planter. I run this along with my sister and my dad, Purnesh. And though, I think we all have our roles and responsibilities. And mine is definitely, I think, showcasing what we have to the market. And that's what I essentially take care of. All the growing and processing is done in-house, which I think Chandni will talk about. And yeah, that's me.
So I'm Hamsini Appadurai. I represent Sangameshwar Coffee Estates. I married a farmer 30 years back and then fell in love with coffee. We grew Arabica and Robusta. We have estates in Chikmagalur, Bihar Hills and Bicod. And I'm a certified Q processor as well, and I handle processing of our coffees. A lot of our coffee is exported. We export to Japan, Australia, Korea, amongst other countries. And I just love being in coffee. So that's about me.
I'm Chandni. Hi. So I think I found my passion in coffee. I'm a fifth generation planter, but I did find my passion in coffee. And where I thoroughly enjoy working with is the space where we're processing coffees, the farming part of it. That's where I found my love. It's always over the whole. It's like, okay, now I made this, we're going to figure out a way to sell it, right? So I think for us it's been more about how do we constantly improve the quality of the coffee, how do we constantly compare ourselves with the international market, because we have to sort of be able to put our coffees out there and be on the same par, on par with everyone else. I've done my Q grading, and it was more to help me sort of understand what we are producing in-house, to understand, to be able to define, okay, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing right or what we're doing wrong.
So hi, I'm Yogita. So my husband is a third generation coffee planter and my family is from Coorg. So I've grown up in a plantation background, got married into the plantation background. And I'm just getting into the field now because I've been more or less away from the estate bringing up my son. So like Hamsini gave me a very good idea. She said, we need to bifurcate the roles. So I plan to use her advice to avoid conflict, I think.
Yeah.
So, and we've lived apart for quite a few years. So I think that's very good advice I got from Hamsini. And another thing that we are constantly doing, like Chandni said, we are always trying to find new ways to improve our coffees, always open to feedback. I think that's most important. And we're trying to look at maybe more innovative ways of processing as well as growing coffee. Aveen is totally into coffee. He literally, wakes up in the morning and lives for coffee,
Yeah.
breathes everything. Coffee, coffee, coffee. And I guess I'm going to be there sometime too and get to that stage, even though I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I do love tasting different coffees. I've done my cupping with coffee board. So someday, like you all, I want to do my cube reading in cupping. Yeah, so let's see where this takes us. I'm new to this association. This is in fact maybe one of our second visits, maybe that's it. So it's still getting the feel of everything. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, nice. I think even for us to be able to like taste other people's coffees today, because I know the intention behind today's event was let the roasters come and taste the planters'
Yes.
coffees. But I think we ourselves have barely tasted what the others have processed. And I think that was really a great experience for
True.
us, more than showcasing it just to the roasters,
Yeah.
to be able to see what others are processing, the quality of coffee that's coming out of India. And like I said, it's not, I mean, I was telling somebody else as well, I said, the nice thing about all of us is we don't look at each other's competition. It's more about how do we develop this together.
Yes.
And I think it was really nice to see what other estates have come across.
Definitely.
How did you guys like find the event? I know here we have one roaster, but all the rest of us are planters here.
Yeah, I mean, very interesting because I feel, when I was just telling somebody, being the grower as well as a roaster is a very unique position. Had we had so many roasters the time that we started in 2016, I don't even think that we would be into roasting then. Because at the time, I think there were very few roasters, and to showcase our coffees the way we want it to be, the specialty coffee market was not as vibrant as it is now, and single origins didn't come across the way that we wanted it to be represented. So from then to see the kind of development, and from having this customer connect and to see them appreciate every coffee differently, I think that is what is very interesting for us, and that's the market that all of us should be very excited about. So one of the things that we did at the time was, we used to do our own processing, try different things, and everyone was doing either pulp sun-dried, naturals or washed, and that's about it. And then you're really tasting a thing of it. And then there was a time that we were doing a whole bunch of different processing. Now to see those processing and to taste different plantations, different varietals, we're really getting into such minute details of the thing, and that's very interesting. And we tasted some really nice Atikan number 9 was fabulous. Even Balanur's, I think Ethiopian was fantastic. Even the Chandragiri was fantastic. So even the roasts were fabulous. So I think that is what, as a forum, what we're getting to learn as individual producers is very important. More than
As a roaster, I believe that they are very important role as well, right? Because the importance that the micro roaster has brought into the industry itself, all of the work that we are putting in as farmers, where we know that there are certain nuances in the coffee that we want to highlight, we want to bring out, that 8 minutes makes such a big difference to how you highlight those features.
Absolutely.
Versus the traditional style of when we would just have one preset roast, and you either want it like light, dark, medium, and where now every fine detail of that roasting has come out, and then you're looking at every second of it and how it's developing in the coffee. So, a big thanks to all the micro roasters, especially in India, because I think they've sort of changed the way the market works itself.
Yeah.
Like prior to micro roasters, where did the North drink coffee at all? Prior to micro roasters, where did the South drink black coffee? Like they only had our traditional, only the filter coffee. Not that our filter coffee is not bad. It's great, but that was the only way we ever consumed coffee. So, you can comment on this, how maybe our international and domestic markets have changed over these last few
At least for Harley, in fact, I would say our Arabica in the last, I've been doing this for 15 years. Of course, my dad a lot longer. Currently, maybe since 2017, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, We sell our entire Arabica in India. There's nothing left to sell outside the country. And they're giving us much better prices than we would get in an international market.
Yeah.
Earlier, if we wanted a good price, we wanted appreciation of good coffee, we had to sell it to an international market. And that was the only way to get recognized, right? For the quality that we're putting in, the effort that we're putting in. But today, honestly speaking, we are a Robusta predominant estate. We only do small Arabica, small quantities of Arabicas. But almost 99% gets sold within the country. And I think that's the change that I have seen, which has been fabulous. I mean,
So we're a 50% Arabica and a 50% Robusta brewer, and I have found that India has slowly but started recognizing specialty coffee, single origin coffee, and that is thanks to roasters like
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Because at the end, you who brings our coffees to the consumers.
Right.
Because the consumer will not be able to take it as green beans and be able to roast
True.
it.
Yeah.
So I think with roasters like you coming in, consumers are beginning to understand coffee as
Correct,
well,
yeah,
and various brewing methods, and the interest has really set in.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to Ganga about this, and we were talking about whether the grower should also roast the coffee. So exactly the conversation we were having is,
yeah.
we can't really concentrate on
Yeah.
the cultivation as well as the roasting.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be really doing much justice. So in her case, it's nice that her parents are on the estate. So there's someone actually looking after that part of it, and they are concentrating on this. That would be good.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we keep constantly saying, that for us, more being producers and roasters, that was one of the things that we never thought of it as otherwise. I mean, if we were to sell only our plantation coffees, then that would be a completely different story. The exact reason why we showcase other plantation is for the reason that it's only collectively that we can bring about a certain quality standards and a certain representation of Indian coffees to the consumer. Yeah.